What is up everyone? In today's video I want to talk about the Lego Ninjago movie. And you know, if there's one controversial thing on this planet, then that is the Lego Ninjago movie, because this thing divided the Lego Ninjago community in two parts. You got the persons who still liked the Ninjago afterwards, and you got the person who just stopped watching the show after that. And I was one of those people. I stopped watching Ninjago after season 7 when the Lego Ninjago movie came out because of the design changes. But I don't want to start this video with the bad about this movie, you know. I hate this movie, don't get me wrong. I absolutely despise this movie with a passion. But nonetheless, there's one thing that is good about this movie, and that is Garmadon. And that's just it. Now let's get into the bad stuff. First off, the biggest thing that enraged people from the Ninjago community was the design changes. Because we were so used to these amazing characters, and then they were like, nah, let's just change everything about the show. And so at least so felt it for me, because after season 7 when they changed the designs, I didn't actually watch it for like 3-4 years, and I completely forgot about the show. And I was like, one day I saw it and I was like, let's just watch season 8, you know. It's probably bad because I don't like these new designs, and Jesus, season 8 was good. So that proves that now that we got the designs for more than we actually got the original designs, I think I'm good with the design changes. I still for some like the older designs, but I am now good with the designs, you know. That isn't really the biggest problem for me right now. But when these new designs came out, it gave so much outrage in the Ninjago community, because we were used to these older characters, how they looked, and they just changed it up, and people got really angry about this. And I understand it, I was one of those too. But now it just doesn't really matter anymore. And Movie Zane still haunts me in my nightmares up until this day, because damn, they did my boy dirty with that design. Then we get to another factor that really made the Ninjago community angry, and that is that they changed the voice actors to some celebrities. Because, you know, Jackie Chan is cool and all, but I want like the voices I got from the series. I mean, it's based on the series, so it should be that the voice actors who do the series should also do the movie, because that makes sense. But they just decided, nah, let's just do these random celebrities. Like, I know Jackie Chan and stuff, there are people who do stuff with ninja things and like that, but I just don't like the voices in the Ninjago movie, man, because we grew up with these voices, and then to her and someone else do the voice of like Lloyd and Kai, that just doesn't feel right, and I don't like that. I really don't like that about this movie. And now we looked at like things outside the movie, but when we look at the movie itself, the thing I absolutely despise the most of all is that they are in high school, because there's no mention of even a high school in the original series, and it just feels so generic to have them being high school students. It just doesn't feel good. When we got like, when the Ninjago movie came out, we had like this line that said their biggest struggle is school, and like that just destroyed me inside, because I just don't like them being inside school. It just doesn't feel like Ninjago. It feels like some generic ninja movie. Like, if it wasn't Ninjago, if this Ninjago movie was the Lego Ninja movie, then I would have liked it, because it was an original story. But this just looks nothing like the original Ninjago. Even that they are in high school just made me so angry when it came out. It doesn't really bother me that much now, but I just don't watch it. That's one of the reasons I just don't watch this movie. And just overall, the story feels nothing like Ninjago. It just looks like they just popped the characters from the original show, changed them, and put them in a completely different setting, because it just doesn't feel like Ninjago. I mean, Garmadon has like a shark army or something. I haven't watched the movie in a long time, so I don't know this, right? But he has like a shark army or something, and that just doesn't make sense. They didn't even watch this though. I'm fully convinced they didn't even watch it before making this movie. They just knew, oh, Kai is fire ninja, who? And they just forgot that Spinjitzu exists. Literally the biggest thing from the show is literally called Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu, and there's no Spinjitzu in the entire movie. And also there isn't even mentioned. I mean, they could have at least put Spinjitzu in. I mean, it is the biggest thing of the entire franchise. Another thing I really don't like about this movie is that they just bring in new characters which we have never heard of and act like they are part of it, and they just remove other characters from completely from the show. I think the biggest example is I forgot her name, but there's like this mom from Lloyd in the movie, and she gets just introduced as if she is always a part of the franchise, and Misako is just thrown out the window. You know, I don't like Misako because it made no sense she left Lloyd when he was younger, but you know, she's still a fine character, you know, but then they introduce this new mom, which has nothing to do with the story, and I just don't like that. And another few examples of this, and I just don't like that they have no mention of other characters in the show, and they didn't even mention the show. Like, there's not a single mention of the show in the entire movie, and I just don't like it, because it literally comes from the show. This movie only exists because the show got so big, and the show doesn't even get acknowledged, and I just don't like that about this movie. But at this point, you know, I've ranted enough, you know the point. I don't like this movie, but it's a Lego movie, so it's still good, you know. I like almost all the Lego movies, and they're always fun. The jokes are good in this movie, so we just ended on a good note. I just don't like this movie at all. Garmadon is good, the jokes are good, but that's where it just stops for me. But you can have your own opinion. Let me know in the comments if you like this movie or not, and I hope to see you guys back again with another video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and bye guys.